Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. I am in Auburndale, Florida, Polk County, covering the Tonya Whipp case. Tonya Whipp, she's been missing since the end of May, early June 2023. She has still not been found. Where is Tonya Whipp? Now, the trailer owner here, his name is Jake, and he lives with his girlfriend, Nikki. I want to share an interview I just had with them, and they showed me around their property. What they're claiming has happened is that they helped with the search of Tonya Whipp, and then after they helped with the search, authorities, many of them, came to this trailer here and dug up their property as if they were suspects or had something to do with the disappearance of Tonya Whipp. This is an interesting interview. I'm going to share this with you, unless authorities were digging up the property for something else. Don't know that either. But check this out. You decide. Need to watch this. Your name's Jake?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. My name's Jake Rudy. Yeah.
All right, so we're here. This is what?
You know, actually, let me tell you something. To give you a tip, you know, her family actually told us to stay away from you, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Why'd they say that?
Because that's something you were, I don't know, that you just report wrong things and stuff. And I said, I don't think so.
You know her family?
I don't know her family. I've never met her sisters, but because Tonya was always too private, but they turned on us too, you know, quick. I mean, just like that. We was in touch with them the whole time. After we find out she was missing, my girlfriend got called, you know, and the essentials at her. We're the one who told them on the 6th. Everybody else is saying it, 26, 28, 29. But I know for a fact she was here on the 6th.
She was here?
Yeah, you can prove it, yeah.
6th of June?
Yeah. Every time she comes through town, she's living out of town there for a while, but apparently she come back to stay with her boyfriend. So she stopped in to just say hey and shoot the crap with me. And we had about 45 minutes, and she left with the guy she was with.
Who was she with?
Oh, it was a friend of hers. They just call him Snoop. I don't know him either. I only know him by that name, Snoop.
Snoop?
Yeah.
White guy, black guy?
Black guy.
Black guy.
But I don't, probably bad at names anyway, you know. If you don't tell me, I'm not going to ask for it. But she left with him. My brother would verify that. He lives across the street, but he's not home right now.
So where are we at right here? This is your home?
Auburndale, Florida. This is where, if anybody's been keeping up with the news, this is where the big crime scene happens here, just because I come forward. Somebody made tell you how I got started. There's several ways to get started, but a friend of ours, I was digging my poles for my new fence, right? And he said, what you doing? So I said, I was just digging holes for put bodies in. That's all I said. And then he goes and tells them, there's bodies out there and shit, and, drug house and all this stuff, but it was false. So I told him that he was lying, false information, but they didn't listen.
How long have you been living here?
I've been here 12 years.
12 years.
12 years, yeah.
So...
And they used to have a carport like this till the hurricane, and FEMA didn't take care of me at all. But my trailer was a little hurricane.
So it's a trailer park with just, how many people are in here?
I think 100 and something, but this is a retirement community for anybody over 55.
So, how long have you known Tonya for?
12 years.
12 years.
12 years.
And have you been in frequent contact with her?
No, not really. Occasionally she'll text me on Facebook, but she hasn't a lot lately. Mm-hmm. She moved out of town, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. But she comes in every now and then. When she comes in, she comes straight here to say hey. She used to live here at one time back in 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
okay.
She was here for about 6 months, and then Gator comes along, and I know they stayed out of Saddle Creek. You know where Saddle Creek is? You're not familiar? No. It's a camping site out there, a bunch of ponds, a bunch of alligators. But they were staying out there at one point, I remember, for 6 weeks. They didn't have a place to stay, they were living in a tent. So I kept telling the guys, if you want anything, go look out at Saddle Creek, because he knows Saddle Creek, pretty good if it's not around his house. So look up Saddle Creek, and it's a lot walking area. If you want me to go with you sometime, I'll tell you what I know of it, where they were camping at.
She went, they're claiming she last contacted her family end of May.
Right.
End of May. And now, she was staying with a boyfriend?
Yeah, her boyfriend, his name's Russell, and he goes by Gator.
Yeah, Gator. And he lives, that way? Or where?
He lives that way. I say it was probably about 2.5 miles, 3 miles.
2.5. Have you ever met him?
I met him one time. That was it. That's a long time ago, like 2012.
So that was the last time you met him?
Yeah, I met him. But I know his history, and I always told Tonya, she had it under control, that she basically beat his butt, She's a strong girl, so I mean.
Oh, she could beat his butt.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cause
he went to jail though, didn't prison for stabbing
his girl. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, and I couldn't figure that one out. But Tonya, she's take care of herself.
So the family saying, I guess the family saying that they got a Facebook message from her on the 1st of June, but not sure if it's necessarily her.
Yeah, and I don't think they can really tell if it's her or not, whether they say. And maybe because this went out and stuff like that. But her sister, she wasn't that close to them. I mean, the one that put in Myrtle Beach, I believe, that's the one she was staying with. But other than that, these two that are down there, I know that are sisters, but I can't recall her just calling them all the time. And it's not uncommon for somebody to disappear for 30 days.
So she came here on the 6th.
Yeah, you come here on 6th.
With another gentleman.
Yes, and in her car that was at the house.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yes, sir. It was her car. Yeah, she just got it, and she's proud of it. Brought it over here, and me and my girlfriend was looking at it and stuff. It was her car.
Oh, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, she's in the house. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
she's in the house.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So she came here with another gentleman on the 6th.
Right, which is a friend of hers. She's been knowing him a lot longer than I have, but I don't know him. And I tried to tell, everybody that, and they felt like, where's he at? I don't know if the guy leaves my house because left or right. I don't know who he hangs with. I don't know where he lives or anything like that,
Nickname?
Snoop.
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 How old do you think he was?
Oh, man, he's got to be in his early 30s,
Early 30s.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is he, like, big build?
Yeah, he's about your tall, about your height, yeah.
So about 5'10"?
Yeah.
How much weigh, you think?
I would say probably about 170, maybe.
Bald head, hair?
No, he had hair. At one time he had dreads on it. I got a picture of him on my Facebook.
Oh, I'd love to see.
If I can let me just cover my phone.
Yeah,
if I can
sure.
remember what it is, and we'll pull it up and see. Sure. He kills me, guys. I'm telling you, I hate that weather.
And everyone appreciates your help.
Well, apparently they did. Even the Centrals, I'm kind of disappointed in them, because we went to them.
I saw your Facebook post.
And you know what? We went to them, and we went to them right off the bat. Now they make it sound like all of a sudden they discovered it was a 6th. And we just told him what we knew, so thought it would help, and he just took it to the ringers. I don't have no respect for the guy right now at all.
And who's that?
And Nico.
Nico.
The way he did it, and the way he basically, I almost threatened my girlfriend and stuff. Really, we got him on her book, and his suggestion was maybe she OD'd on drugs and somebody buried her body. He said that, we didn't.
Yeah.
So, Nico, you'd be...
So you reached out to Nico originally?
Right. When we heard, we didn't even know Tonya was missing, because she was there on the 6th. And then all of a sudden, a friend of ours called us, tell us she's missing. So we looked it up and said, oh my God, she's been missing. We didn't know it. And that's when we called her sister and called Nico. Because, that at least let them know that she was here on the 6th. And what happened to her after this, we don't know. I'm hoping maybe she gets like amnesia or something, don't know where she's at, or... Because she wasn't scared when she was here, she was like her old self. But
how long was she here for?
About 45 minutes.
What'd y'all do, just go inside?
Yeah, we went inside, and she's mainly talking to Snoop about that, and I was there listening. I just got out of hospital. I had a heart attack.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm fine, though. But she didn't look threatened. She didn't say she left them. I know she come down here to be with them, so she was still with them at the time. And that's the reason, I think, why she went back there and left her car. Because the time when she's not going to walk off and leave her car. Her dogs, no.
Was the dogs with her when she came here?
No, she didn't have them with her when she came, but she would take the one that I know that the one that she got cremated. She carried it wherever she went. Like it was still there. I don't blame her, but...
What was she wearing?
Khaki shorts, not really guy short or girl short, but khaki shorts, beige, and then she had a spaghetti green, olive green spaghetti top on.
Did she talk about her boyfriend at all?
The only thing she mentioned to us, and everybody knows this by now, is she said that she was tired of staying home babysitting his brother because he was a little bit crazier than she was. And that was it right there. And then she was wondering if she made a mistake coming back down here. That's all she said.
By living with him?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. But she didn't say that she was left them or they were separated or she was physically upset or abused. And she was all right. And she wasn't on no drugs,
Let's check out the guy.
Yeah. But, that's what killed me. Did you see what they did to my house here?
No, I would love to see because it's
interesting. We're going to tell the damage on outside, but you know what they did? 30 hours they searched.
30 hours?
And I'll tell you, I'm going to show you the search warrant that they got for me.
Yeah.
Because the search warrant, my understanding of the 4th Amendment rights on a search warrant, you got to follow the procedure. You got to tell them what you're looking for, and you got to have that evidence to back it up what you're looking for. You just can't lie and say something's in there. Everything on that list is a lie. I'll show you. Everybody in the park will tell you it's a lie, too, man. Because, they have this house. They said I was selling, making illegal booze and selling it. Shit, come on, man. I can go to the liquor store and buy this shit. I'm sorry if I go.
No, you're fine.
But,
So you reached out to the family in Nico.
We reached out to the family in Nico.
And then what happened after that?
Well, we went to the first search for her, and somehow...
Oh, you went and searched?
Yeah, we the first time we were there, we were searching for her.
Yeah.
So we met him at that. We talked to him on the phone. We went out to go do this walkthrough. We know this area better than anybody else, so they gave us this sector over here to search around Lake Blue. This is also Lake Blue, but it's Benport. And search the woods over there. And so a group of us went over there to search in the woods. I think actually some of us started in searching these woods also, because they said around here and stuff. So everything went well. We didn't find nothing. It was bad news or good news, but Then again, after that, the second one come around, I was feeling kind of sick, so I didn't go on it. And that's when we get a phone call from Nico, and he says, "Y'all better watch out. They're gonna come. Your names keep popping up, and they're coming heavy on you. Heavy on you. They're gonna come heavy on you." I mean, sure enough, they did. But
So he was warning you they were coming. Did you ask
yeah,
why?
Well, no, I think he was. I mean, I wouldn't say.
Or was he trying to tell you
He
to
did
come
out of common
clean or
courtesy,
something?
but I think what it was out of common courtesy is he knew. He thought maybe they could find something here. Which I told him, nothing here belongs to her. So they come in looking for everything. They took an old iPhone of ours, or not ours, but I found it over that tree over there. That and an old camera. It's nothing on it. Never been used. Not ours, but and they got 6 walls of my blood because I'm on blood thinner and I bleed real easy, and so it's on my wall or my foot or whatever. So they took samples of that. So on my mouth for DNA, get a match, which is going to come back like that. But they were really rude, unprofessional. I'll tell you what, Auburndale ought to be ashamed of themselves too. I really ought to. They would treat us like we were criminals, but they did everything backwards. That's why I think they got out of it real quick. Because, okay, story. They come one night about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, knocking on my trailer and asked me about some transients living out back, which was a false. Well, they were lying to me. What they wanted to do, get access to my backyard. I told them there's panels, there's no access, but you can look over my fence. They did that and they left, and I found out later they were here just for that reason. See my backyard before they all come in here. Now, when they come in here, we made an interview.
What day was that?
That was the day before what was it, Monday? Because we was
Last week.
Yes, I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday they were here.
Oh, wow.
They were here 30 hours.
But you're saying they came and called you ahead of time and said that they were looking for transient people? And
Well, yeah, no, that's what they said. They come up here. That's what an excuse to get in my backyard was. We were looking for homeless people. I said, they're not back there. You're welcome to look. There's no access panels. And I said, I do have one, but I haven't put the hinges on it yet. And they took it as I wouldn't allow them to get in my yard, but I never did that. I said, you come in my house anytime you want. And anyways, after that happened, that's when we even made statements to some detective. She made one here. I wasn't here, and they come found me. I made a statement, and it was almost like it's too close because we said the same thing. We told them the same thing. What we know, and they were putting words in our mouth. Like he's talking about, well, I think she's off done did some drugs, or off doing drugs, or she's done do some drugs. She OD'd, and somebody got rid of her body. That's what they're telling me. And I'm like, no, far from the truth. I said Tonya wasn't on drugs when she was here. Tonya didn't do any drugs when she was here, and I've never seen Tonya in 12 years that I know her put a needle on her arm. That's my witness. I have never seen her.
you had that photo of him?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we were so much info.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, but the way they did it is they just treated us so badly and brought all that CSI shit in.
So from the time Nico called you and said they're coming, or they're
it was the very next day.
Next day.
Yeah,
So
well,
they came what time?
They come that night, like I said, the officers, and then the very next day.
They come what at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning?
No. They come here. They were already had cops parked out there from that, and I said, you're welcome to search any place you want to. They said, well, let's do it at 8:30 in the morning. So we made an appointment for them to be here at 8:30. Now, when they get here, he has me sign a release saying I give him right to search my property and search my,
So it wasn't a warrant?
It was some, I guess it was just giving permission to get in here. It wasn't really the search warrant that they get afterwards. I don't understand. But I said, yeah, we have the night. Come on in. So they brought the dogs in, which was the one that looked for bodies. They brought that cadaver dog in, walked the house, walked the yard, nothing. She leaves, he goes, gets another dog, I guess it's a dope dog, comes back, walks the house, walks the yard, nothing. The whole time there's officers in there too. So they didn't hit nothing at that time. So then they leave, and 2 officers show up at my door and knock on it and said, we have to vacate the premises, they're going to get a search warrant for my house. And I said, what did y'all just do? What, an hour ago? You wasn't at search my house? Now, if I find something giving you permission, that means anything you find could be used against me if it's part of a crime. I don't know why they went to that extent to get that search warrant. And when they got it, everything on it was basically false. The guy was reading it to me, and I was sitting over there. I kept saying, what this pertains to Tonya. And he kept reading. We'll get into it. Very last thing, something about Tonya, about this much. Everything else was basically trying to get in here and look for drugs, guns, whatever. So
How many officers?
I didn't give time. I'd say at least 15, 20, but there's about 30 officers here that one day, man. They were lined up all the way down the road there, around there. And
Auburndale police? Who else?
Yeah, well, Auburndale police, I believe the sheriff's department, the guys that do the crime scenes, like CSI, but they're not, it's F something. But all of them, and a few volunteers, I would imagine. I think they cleared out all the people working behind the desk to come here to do it. So.
Interesting. Where's that photo?
I'm still working on it. I'll stop talking to you for a second. But if you want to look around the backyard.
Yeah, I'm just going to go right over here.
If you have any questions, I'll show you what's that. You see my front yard, that's all dirt. That used to be grass.
Yeah.
I can't believe they tore that up like they did because it was all grass. How long? I mean, it's not a miracle worker, right? All right. Let's see if we get him over here. Yeah.
Oh, so you live in the back here, or
Yeah.
like a back, like.
Right. I used to have a shed here. The hurricane took it off, and I told them before they went back there that all the damage back there is from the hurricane. It's really terrible. So I've been sick and I haven't been able to clean it up. They did all their digging here. They took my, this is another thing, they took my post, my 10-foot pole,
Yeah.
and some 2x4s, and they leaned it up against the fence, and later on that day they threw it over here for this. They come out of my yard. So I got to go
Oh,
over
that's
there.
your stuff.
Yeah, that is where they dug up all the stuff in the ground.
So they were digging back here.
Oh, definitely. Oh, they got a bush hog. They had a bush backhoe back in here.
Really?
Yeah, in my front yard, I'm telling you.
Was all your neighbors coming out watching?
Yeah, and then I'm really disappointed in Robert, the way his statement was. It really disappointed me. I've been here 3 years, and I just got my own business. I know what goes on. There ain't nothing. Now, y'all see, I don't do shit, man. But I'm sorry.
No.
But anyways, so they put all my new wood up against there, and they threw it over there, and then they come up and mentioned it after they left. And I just thought somebody in our park did it. A friend of mine comes to me and said, no, we watched them load up in a police van and drive off with it. That has nothing to do, I'm going to show you, that has nothing to do with that case. They literally stole my wood. So I'm thinking about going down and pressing charges against them and having them arrested for theft of property. I got right to do
Who's that?
Auburndale Police Department, or the Sheriff's Department, the lieutenant, the CSS, they're all involved. I got pictures of the guys that were back here at the time, but I think I have to get them all, because I don't know who they were driving that vehicle. And I want to do that for a point of saying, you come here and disrupted my life, and we've been telling you everything was true to the fact, and you didn't want to hear, you thought we were all so guilty, and then you steal my crap. So if it was an individual like me and you, we would get charged with theft of property. They stole it. They knew it wasn't theirs, so Blake TV, they stole it. I got a picture of it laying over here, and then when they threw it over the fence, it disappeared.
So the way you're describing this, you offered to help.
Offered to help.
Offered to help, say
Yep.
information that you know that could help them. You
Right.
said that Tonya was here on the 6th of June.
Right.
And then they took that information and went to the police,
Right.
and the police.
Well, the police, Tonya's
Came with a warrant.
They say Tonya's been invented for a couple of months. The police didn't get involved in it until 26, But we told everybody with the timeline, and he got pissed off because he said we broke their timeline. All I did was try to help them by saying she was still alive, I believe, but she was here. But he turned it around against us, and that's why I'm not going to go to him anymore for any information.
I'd like to see a picture of Snoop if you.
Oh man, I'm still
Yeah,
working
we're
on it.
getting
Just leave me alone. Okay, anyway, what they did, they take it right there, guy, and then they, oh man, my front yard was grass. Okay?
Yeah.
And all green grass. There's not one spot on it where it was up dug, right? They dug it up with backhoe and tore the whole yard. I don't know why. How can I get anything underneath that? But that's where they tore my fence down. They threw my fence over in the ditch. My banana trees, they cut them down in front of my.
Really?
Yeah, in front of the fence in the front. I'll show you where my banana trees are right over the drainage ditch,
Yeah. Did they search all back there too?
Yeah, they did a walkthrough, but basically they were concerned about the front area because I'm just now putting back up my privacy fence, and I had dug up that area, so they want to make sure, I didn't believe.
Why do you think they were concerned about here?
The same thing. I think they were looking for a body. This is where my shed used to be before the hurricane. So she's got a probe out there. They got radar stuff, and they're trying to see if there's anything underneath it. All that stuff was dug out on the ground and thrown over there.
Did their dogs hit something?
No, my dog didn't hit nothing, dude. The dog didn't bark, hit nothing. That's just it. They brought 2 canine dogs in, 2 different times, did the same walkthrough, and they didn't get nothing. So I mean, it goes to show you, you think, you ain't getting nothing here. Oh, look, this was all sealed up and cooked. They just leave it like this. They break all this off of that, and look at that. You can look through my house now. Look at that.
Wow, they did that.
Yeah. Come on, man. What are you looking for?
Yeah, they did that.
So they were.
Wow.
To me, they're unprofessional, guy. I mean, it's not much, but I own it. It's mine.
Yeah.
I can fix it up, or I'm trying to do that. Now I'm gonna get you the picture. I'm gonna ask my girlfriend actually see if she can locate it better than I
Yeah,
can.
I would appreciate. And bring that warrant out.
I'm gonna bring that out. But the front yard is where. That's where the kids are back.
Yeah, I'll go out in the front yard. And,
All right, I'll be right there. Maybe.
So this is the neighborhood here. This is the front of the trailer. I appreciate him speaking and sharing what's going on. As we see, there's a tarp here. He lives in the back trailer. And then there, it's a bunch of woods. So, and I believe he told me he rents this place, and we'll talk about him. He lives in the back of a cul-de-sac here, in the back. see. He's back out.
So let me keep looking up. You'll probably find it.
Yeah.
Now my front yard here was just grass. There was no indication that anything was dug up here, but as you can see, they just basically dug it all up. All right, where they wanted to get was right here. Now earlier that day, before they got the search warrant, I said, "This is access panel. I go over there and I'll take it off for you." They said no. Apparently they want to rip it down. Now it's solid. Now look at it. And look at here's one of my bracket that was holding up there. This is brand new. I just purchased it. They come to my banana plant trees. They were all right here in a little garden box.
Oh, yeah?
And they just barely, because I didn't need them, and they got them up and threw them in that ditch. Now, this ditch is a vital resource to this park, because when it rains without this ditch, it floods all the way up there. I dug the ditch. It goes to a retaining ditch over there. Now I got to clean it back out and straighten it up because they did damage to that. I mean, it's not mud, but still, all that shit's got to go. I got to clean everything up.
Did they go under there? Under the...
I think they pulled some panels apart and looked, but they didn't go underneath there that I know of. They just, I don't know what they were doing, really. Inside, there was really, I couldn't see nothing they touched. I think they went in there and took a nap or something, man, really.
Oh, wow.
But,
let me see these warrants. Let me see.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's show you how this goes. I mean, you know stuff about it. This is the search warrant right here, Sheriff County.
Yeah.
All right, and this tells you.
You got your dog out.
Bobo! Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Scooby, get in the house. Get in the house, you look at. But anyways, here it is right here where it's, it's the Federal Bureau of Investigation, United States Secret Service, Florida, Polk County. Bobo! He won't bite. Bobo!
So the
Punch him.
FBI, Secret Service, Florida, FDLE, Polk County Sheriffs, and Auburndale all investigated.
But you know what? It took them 5.5 hours to get that search warrant. All right? And the whole time, Bob, go away.
5.5 hours.
5.5 hours they told us to leave our house, and we had to sit out here in the sun, Yeah, and they were laughing and giggling like a bunch of...
You want to come on in and share your story? Like,
this is Nikki. This is
hi,
my
Nikki.
girlfriend of a long time. Now here's what's going to be interesting to you.
Hold up, hold 1 second.
Probably hard to see.
I'll bring out my phone too, which if they would have just checked my messages like I
Yeah.
tried to
give them
keep
everything.
giving them. I was threatened, from a friend, I got everything black and white to the sister, to Nico, to the police.
Okay, this is
I
right
kept all
here.
my...
This is what they based the search warrant on right there. And if you look at it, see it says possession and manufacturing illegal liquor? No. Embezzlement property, everything? No.
so it looks like it's something separate to justify them
Right.
coming in.
Actually, none of this is in here. It has nothing to do with the case that they were looking for. The only thing on the search warrant that they were already searching in my house is this right here.
So this is Snoop right here,
Yeah, that's Snoop right there. Yeah, that's him.
but you don't know his name.
No, somebody did mention his name, but I couldn't think of it. His sisters know him, and Nico actually reached out and got in contact with him. Now the police want to talk to him, but they can't because he's hiding. Because he's got a warrant for his arrest.
Oh, really?
He could back up all of our stories too. Now this is description of the property they want to see right here. Look at that, all that down through there, and there's where for the time they mentioned an olive green tank top, right there, and that's that Tonya Whipp. It's the very thing last on the list. Now let me tell you this. There is an olive green tank top inside that house. It was sitting in a chair. Did they take it? No. They listed it as that's what they were looking for.
So what exactly fully did they take? You said a camera?
Okay, they took a camera, 6 swabs of blood out of my bedroom.
What do you mean blood in your bedroom? Like,
I'm on so many blood thinners that when I cut myself, I bleed for hours. I mean, last night I went through an episode in my mouth. I don't know why, but it was bleeding 4 hours. So a little prick like that, I bleed like hell, and they just got on my wall by my air conditioner. So that's what they seen, and that's what they swabbed. My bedroom, my blood, nobody else in there, But, I don't think these people, they're supposed to be professionals, but they were very unprofessional that day.
so tell me more about this. So what? How do you feel about the whole situation?
I feel like they run me through the mud. That now, this went on basically every news channel around here in Florida, and I heard it all the way up to North Carolina.
Are you afraid you're going to be labeled as a murderer?
Well, yeah, because they might not have found anything here, but they're still saying I was involved in the investigation. The only reason I got involved with it, she was a friend. She was here to visit. It's not like I was planned anything, to hurt her. I would never do it, but now it still looks like we are involved in it, and can't take that away. And every time you see it on the news, this house is linked to her disappearance. No, it's not. Everybody else come forward to you and say, this is where we've seen her, where we've seen her. They didn't do that. They didn't do his house like this either, guys.
Oh, the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Did they search his house?
I don't think they did. Because, I mean, I'll tell you what they did. Was they parked a cop car there and a cop car behind my house and had the light shining on the house. That night before the regular search.
Mm-hmm.
So they were watching the house, and then we couldn't leave. But we're in the house the whole time. And the next morning is when they did all the search. Bubba, get back in there. And after that, that's when they decided to do the search. But they were parked out here on this side, that side. And they did that the whole time. And I never seen any cases of mass murderers where they did what they did here.
Yeah.
And
so what are you asking for? Are you going to sue the police department? Or
I am looking into a lawyer right now. I mean, I try to tell these guys,
Following me to work, they made my employer cry.
yeah.
Who's that? Who's they?
The police.
They followed you.
Yeah,
What
because they
police?
were here for over 72
Auburndale.
hours. They searched my house for 30, but they were here. I mean,
This home here.
Yeah,
You're talking.
yeah,
You live
yeah,
here too?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's your name?
my name is Aurora Cochran. Everybody calls me Nikki.
They didn't come up with nothing. dude.
So, you're saying the police followed you?
Yeah, they
I
work
work
right there.
at the end of the road here. I do housekeeping for a lady, and I came out about 10:30 in the morning. I peeked my head back in, and I told Jake to expect them or whatever, because I mean I saw him, I waved at him, whatever. They followed me all the way down to where my employer worked at before turning on their lights on me and making a big scene down there in front of my boss or whatever. Made my boss cry. She made them promise to bring her housekeeper home. Told me I wasn't in trouble or anything, or I wasn't being detained. And then they made me walk up to the bank up there where they asked me if I would come down and do some questioning at the station. I told them yes. Again, they told me I wasn't being detained or anything like that, and yet they wouldn't let me call Jake and let him know that I was going down to the Auburndale police station or come home or whatever and let him know. But they took me up there. I was in questioning for hours, and they never left my house from that day. I mean, I went since the time I saw them that morning. Till the time they brought me back, they were so close to my house that I could hear both the fan motors running on them. My devices are all of a sudden messing up. I mean, we have kind of crappy Wi-Fi anyways, but his camera keeps flipping on and on. I mean, I would have never.
Do you think you're being watched right now? Do you think your
don't
devices
know.
are being
okay,
tapped?
well, see,
maybe?
now I would have never thought anything because I'm not a conspiracist like that. But when I'm talking to my boss over Facebook chat or whatever, my network came. It's straight up said on my Chromebook that your network is being monitored, and his phone light keeps flipping on and off all the time. I mean, my phone just quit working. It was fine, and then it just quit working altogether.
Do you guys regret even volunteering now? Because
absolutely, I will never do it again. Absolutely, it was me. I mean, I'm the one who came forward and said anything about it. And, I didn't think I had a choice. I thought that was my duty, I guess, or whatever. I wish everybody around me, so everybody told me to shut my mouth and not say anything, and I wish I would have known that sooner, because I will never, I mean, they tried. They just knew with him that they were going to pull up bodies out of my yard, like some John Wayne Gacy stuff or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they dug up, it took me 10 years to grow this grass right here. I mean, listen, now I don't even have to mow it anymore.
No apology from the police department?
We still don't even know what felony. I mean, on the warrant, it just says felony. We don't know if it has turned into from a kidnapping case to a murder. I mean, we don't even know what the felony is. We were just, he was so bland and so general with that they could have covered their asses no matter what they did.
Yeah.
I mean, gambling, liquor, embezzling money. Come on now. We live in the trailer park. He's not Fidel Castro.
Are you guys worried? I saw a post that he made on Facebook, and this is why I reached out, because I saw him very adamant and frustrated.
Yeah.
Are you guys afraid you're going to get evicted because of this?
I wouldn't doubt. I mean, in a tenant type of way. I mean, I could see him doing it, of course. I mean, we brought a lot. I mean, they had my whole road closed off. They had everybody out of their homes, not just us, but they treated him and us, well, they treated us like they just knew they were going to find something, and they were so nice. They were out of here faster than they were in here, and they were in here pretty fast. But they came, asked us for swabbing the last day, and I mean, out of all this digging up and all the tents.
They came around the last day?
The last day they were here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they swabbed our mouths because they had found he had blood in the back room. But with all this digging and all this, did he show you what they got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All this digging, the 4 tents they had, they treated this like they were excavating for King Tut or something. They got 4 items, and none of them were from inside, out here.
Yeah.
They were all from inside my house, and they were just my most expensive thing. All they did, those things didn't even belong to me. That shit would have never held up in court either, because they came to our house after sitting on us all, a whole day prior to that. They came to my house, searched with canine, left. I guess we broke the canine because they had to bring in another one. Brought another one in. That one still didn't find anything. Left. Told us we were okay to go in. I went in. I sent him to the store for breakfast. And by the time I was finished scouring my pan, they were knocking at the trailer again and telling us we had to leave. That stuff would have never held up because they let me in. If they thought I was going to tamper with evidence, why would you ever let me back in my house? And 2, they let me leave with a backpack. They never, whatever evidence they thought I could be, I could have just carted off with me. They let me leave with a backpack. Wouldn't let us nowhere near our house. My dog was about dying. I really had to get onto them.
The first 2 initial searches, he lied to me by saying, I said, are we free? And he said, yeah, you're good to go. Then he come back an hour and serve me another warrant.
Well, that's not even counting the harassment from the night before,
Oh,
where
yeah,
they came out and said they were looking for homeless people
Yeah.
or something.
That's what he said.
And I have all the text messages if you need between me and Donna, me and...
I would love to see them.
Okay, well, absolutely. As soon as I can
I'm
find my
talking
phone.
to him in Facebook Messenger.
Oh, yeah?
And then so I can
Nico,
understand.
Donna, and the police. I've been in constant
So how do you feel about
contact with them.
Nico's part of We Are Essentials?
I feel like everybody lied to me. Like, I will never open my mouth again, and that to me is a sad day when you can't help your. That's a friend of ours.
So
all in
it
all,
turned
at the end of
into
the
a
day.
helping into a nightmare.
I was their lead. I was their lead key piece of information until it just flopped real fast. If we went to the first, here's the. I'm not wearing it. It was in my hair, but we have the bands from going to the first search with her. We went and looked. I've been in constant. I'll show you the messages. I've been in constant contact with Nico almost daily. I got a picture of him, matter of fact, on my phone.
Are you going to contact him anymore?
Oh, no. I will never, listen, I will never say anything again. I kind of knew better from this crooked-ass county anyways, but I just tried to do the right thing because, that's a friend of ours, too.
Yeah.
And we were, that's scary to me that she left with Snoop, and they should know this already. But she left with Snoop, but what if that was her last? That's scary. And whether he did it or whoever did it, until they're caught, there's somebody like that in my neighborhood.
Exactly.
And that scares the crap out of me.
Any message to Tonya's family?
I've actually talked to them. I got messages. I talked to her yesterday and told her about everything that would happen.
And what did they say?
She went from talking to me every couple hours to as soon as, because I got tipped off by Nico. Nico called me and I think he had something to do with us being searched, but he called me and said he was calling me as a courtesy to let me know that our names had been brought up in some nasty rumors and that they were. I actually have this in black and white, that they were going to come at me hard, is his words or whatever. They were going to start coming at us hard.
Yeah.
And by the time I'd gotten off the phone with him, they were at his brother's house. And then the next day, they treated us so bad with no, they put on that warrant something about the green shirt or whatever. I'm the one who even told them that, and it was a spaghetti strap. It wasn't. That one I got from my boss, my employer, and they didn't even take it.
Yeah.
All they did was take the most expensive stuff in my house that had nothing to do with anything. They left me with all 5 of my devices, and I have all kinds of. I've got all kinds of proof on all the. If they would have just checked my phone, it could have saved all that media. How much money did they spend on them copters, on those on closing down? And none of them cops were road cops, so they pulled everybody out of administrative to come down here or whatever. There was no less than 50 people at any time, and it's just me and him.
So
there was 19 people on top of him reading the warrant.
So no mad at Tonya's family.
No. I feel like they even kind of. My heart breaks for them. It really does, because that's our friend too.
Did you know Tonya too beforehand? Like
She kind of came with my house. I mean, she was like his bouncer before. I mean, she was kind of. It's really hard to think of her being taken down. I would rather much think of her as like kidnapping herself for her own ransom or something, because she was a brute. She was tough. I mean, she'd have been the only one I was ever afraid of, and she's the only one who never came after me. So, I mean, over the years...
We loved Tonya.
Yeah, that's really his friend, but I mean, she's grown to be part of my house, too. I mean, I love Tonya.
Jake, any anything you'd like to say or put on the record?
Yeah, I think y'all need to check who gives you the tips, check their background, thoroughly check them before you come pick on innocent people. Because we're a friend, we try to help, and y'all thought I was a criminal. My past is my past, but this is new now, you know. Yeah, I mean, the way he did it was unprofessional. And by the way, y'all stole my lumber, and if you don't bring it back, I'm going to press charges.
The detective called me a liar.
Yeah, called her a liar to her face.
I
I said, how do you do that, call somebody a liar?
I would have to have a job
But I'll tell you
to
this,
pay taxes.
when they
and
called us up-
I do have a job. But the next day when they swabbed our mouths, he
When
was
they called us
so
up to come swab
nice.
our mouths, they were like
Ma'am this,
angels.
ma'am that, and I mean, just total flip-flop.
Yeah, and they were out of here in
Total
10 minutes, guys.
flip-flop.
10 minutes they were gone. They were gone. They were gone. They were phone ladders to get out of here.
Well,
Because-
thank you for sharing your message. I'm going to
Yeah.
put this out there because I
Yeah.
think it should be aware. You know, I'm taking what you're saying, and
Right.
it is interesting that you offered to help, and then it turned into them searching
Yeah,
your home.
yeah.
And
We told her 6 months. We haven't seen.
Put yours out on Tonya or whatever.
you saw my video.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Okay.
watched your video and we were told not to share it.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever,
told her
right?
that.
Why?
Because you were, I don't want to say this thing, because they thought you were
What
kind
is
of
that?
an idiot. And
Thought I was what?
kind of an idiot and didn't really, like, they said not to follow,
Yeah.
we could do what we wanted, but please don't talk to you. Or
Yeah.
You did a
if
pretty
we-
good job. You were putting it out there. That's our
Well,
car.
Well,
our
the car was at the boyfriend's house.
Right,
The
right.
sad thing is that, okay, well,
They didn't do
I
this
mean,
house like this.
There was you and one other YouTube guy that we ever caught any coverage. Her case did not get any coverage really until
They come
they
after
involved us. And then we were on 2, 8,
Every major channel
9,
around.
10, Fox Channel 13, ABC.
Ha-
Everybody
Has
picked it
any
up.
of those networks reached out to you guys to get your side of the story?
Oh, yeah. We originally, I reached
We
out to
actually reached out to
News
them.
8. They come up to
They-
do an interview with me. And then 10 I did several interviews with them. Told them.
Yeah, all of them kind of did
Ted did
unfair
the best, though.
exposés. Fox is still kind of trying to make us sound a little bit like we're the, but 10 was the only one that was halfway decent, and they come out here again yesterday. She's really nice, and we appreciate you coming out here too.
No, I appreciate you guys sharing your story. I think it's important to get out because also at the end of the day, Tanya's still missing.
You know, it doesn't matter what I say. I have it all in black and. I mean, if you don't believe me, fine. Just pay attention. Were we ever detained? No, they told me my house was detained.
Yeah.
What were they going to do if my house was found guilty? Pack it up and put it in the back of their car? I mean, we were free to come and go, but when I was walking my dog for his morning walk, I had to hover. I mean, they were hovering over top of me, the helicopters and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, thank you for your time.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Hold on, let me go get you some things.
Sure. So let me know what you think. Tonya Whipp is still missing. Very, very nice people. Appreciate allowing me to come to their property and for them to share their story. Do you believe them or you don't believe them? Where is Tonya Whipp? Or did authorities come here for something else? It's unclear. I'll be looking into this matter. Keep Tonya Whipp's name out there. She has not been found. Her family wants answers. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button. I am in Auburndale, Florida, Polk County. We will talk soon. Stay tuned.